Alright, what is up, YouTube? Today I'm going to be talking about the fighting game live action movie Street Fighter: The Legend of Chun-Li. In case you couldn't tell by the sound of my voice, this movie's ass. This movie is ass. This was one of the most trash movies I've ever seen in my entire life. And I hate to say it because, I went into this movie with an open mind and, I really kind of wanted to like certain things about it. I kind of remember watching it a little bit when it came out, like on TV, but I was so young, I couldn't really pick up on if it was actually good or not. And then over the years, I remember, of course, seeing a lot of people say it's bad and that it's trash and everything. But, I went into it with an open mind and I really wanted to, find out if it was actually trash or maybe there were good things about it for myself. So yeah, I just recently watched this film and, well, I must say it is really bad. It is really, really bad. So yeah, I'm going to be reviewing, am I even reviewing the movie at this point? I'm just going to be talking shit about the movie. So I guess we'll just call it a review and, we'll leave it at that. But yeah, let's get into it. Yay. So yeah, this movie was really bad. I don't think there's anything about this movie that I liked, to be honest, so I guess we're just gonna get straight into what I didn't like. First off, okay, Bison, bro. What is Bison in this movie? Are you kidding me? This man looks like Roger Craig Smith, bro. It's just like, what were they thinking? And not just the way that he looks, but it's the way that he acts, bro. Like okay, I guess spoiler alert, not that you should care anyway. Almost midway into the film, you get his backstory or whatever, and then you find out that he's married and that he has a wife, and then he brings her to like this cave, and then he opens this pregnant woman's belly and then takes out the baby, just like raw dog, like takes her out, yanks her out, bloody and all. And then he apparently gives his good conscience into the baby, into the daughter, who is apparently Rose. And I don't know if Rose is actually Bison's daughter, but it just makes no sense. Like, I guess apparently Bison just transferred his conscience to his daughter. Like, he just transferred it. Like, what does that even mean? Like, I guess he just transferred his soul into her and now she's good. But then also he's bad and that's why he can't do anything good. But then also she's his weakness. Like, how is she even his weakness? Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, I don't understand. I don't understand what the hell they were going for with that whole everything. But yeah, Bison was just it doesn't even explain or make any sense of how he even became a villain. They were literally showing his backstory and like why he's a villain and like the way he is, and literally it's just him stealing fish, and like all of a sudden now he's just the biggest villain in Bangkok. Like, what the heck? Like, it's just, oh my god, it was so stupid. And then also we're gonna talk about Gen, bro. Gen is not even old, bro. The man is tall and young as fuck. Like, he's so tall though, and he's got long hair and everything. It is what it is, right? Design choices are a little bit different, that's fine, right? That's fine. That, they want to do that, that's whatever. But like, what really bothered me about Gen is the fact that this man talks like he's trying so hard to speak good English that he doesn't even have any character, any personality in his voice or in his lines when he says them. Like, he's just trying so hard to say everything verbatim that it just sounds so whack. It's like there's just nothing in his voice. It sounds like he's literally just a robot, like the whole time, like every line, and it's just like, it's so stupid. Also, he's training Chun-Li, and like, bro, he's literally almost about to kill this bitch. He almost thrust her head into a moving chainsaw, and it's like, bro, are you trying to kill her? And then after that, she like shakes it off. It's like, oh yeah, and then she smiles at him and everything, like it was, a nice little exercise, a little warm-up. Like, bitch, you almost died. You almost bit the dust for real. Like, it's just like, what? Like, don't shrug it off, bro. Like, this bitch almost killed you. Like, bro, did Ed Boon direct this shit, or like, yo? And like, it was just so wild, man. Like that, they ruined so many of the characters. Like, they don't make any sense. They don't add up. They don't reflect how they did in the games at all. It just doesn't make any sense. Balrog, I'm not gonna lie, his voice was kind of cool. You know what I'm saying? His character, I guess, was all right, although he didn't really punch all that much. Like, Balrog had a freaking torpedo launcher. Like, I guess Balrog is a zoner now. Balrog a zoner in Street Fighter 6 confirmed. Like, it's just like, you want to talk about the fights in this movie? The fights were so garbage. Like, they made no sense. And like for a fighting game movie where the fights should be even better than they are in most movies, the fights in this movie were so garbage. They were such ass. They were like worse than they would be in just a regular ass movie, and it was so bad. It was so sad. Like, I'm so angry and frustrated that I have to say this, but it was just like, oh my god, they were so bad. They were so bad. There's literally no reference to any move from the games at all. The choreography was just dog shit, complete dog. Like, I don't know what they were thinking when they were making this movie, but it really comes off as just like any other Hollywood movie with the Street Fighter skin over it. Like, you can tell that the writers, the directors of this movie just had no idea what Street Fighter was, like, at all. They were like struggling, trying their hardest to come up with something that could make somewhat of sense within the Street Fighter universe, but it makes no sense at all. It's so bad. It's so bad that it's like, it's not even so bad that it's good. It's so bad because honestly, it gets kind of boring. Like, none of the fights are good. None of the jokes are good. None of the characters are true to themselves. Like, it's just so bad. It's not even entertaining to watch because it's so boring a lot of the times. And it's like, oh man, it's just, I'm really sad. Oh, you want to talk about characters, bro? Nash? Are you kidding me? Oh my god. Nash in this movie is, such a loser, bro. Like, it's like he literally looks like discount Keanu Reeves, My Name is Earl type beat. Like, it's just like, what were they thinking? Like, Charlie Nash, they did my boy dirty, bro. They did him so dirty. Oh my god. And like, there's one line in the movie where Nash literally says like, oh, he's walking through raindrops. Only Bison can do that, or something like that. And it's like, bro, like, walking through raindrops, like, that's not special. that's not the same as walking on water, bro. Like, that's not, like, you're not saying, like, the script writers, I guess, thought that line was a bar. They thought that line was hard, but like, dude, that's, you know, I can walk through raindrops, my guy. Like, that's not that's not anything special. Like, like, it's just, oh my god, am I in my song? Like, I don't know, dude. Also, like, even Vega, they actually fucked up. Like, even, I mean, don't get me wrong, his character in the games, he's like this pretty boy who's obsessed with his face and yada yada yada. He wears his mask and everything like that, and they changed him from that to be kind of like a silent type killer, like assassin. They wanted to make him a little more badass, and to be honest, I was okay with that. But even then, they had the fight with Chun-Li and Vega, and it was so ass. Like, it was so garbage. Like, I was kind of hoping for something cool because of the epic fight with Chun-Li and Vega in the Street Fighter 2 animated film. That was definitely a dope ass fight to watch. If you guys haven't seen Street Fighter 2, the animated movie, highly recommend. It is a very good watch. I really like that movie a lot. It has a lot of nostalgia for me. But yeah, I was kind of hoping for something to maybe honor that fight and like a good fight with Chun-Li Vega. It seems like Chun-Li and Vega always run into each other and fight in some way. So, you know, it was kind of like, okay, this might be cool, but nah, man, nah, dude. Vega just ass. Every fight in this movie was ass. It was just, like, there's just no saving grace with this film. I'm gonna be honest. It was really bad, really, really bad. And like, literally, like, okay, I know I said there was like no references to moves from the games, but there was one, right? There was one that I do remember where Chun-Li does the spinning bird kick in the club when she's about to get blasted by 4 dudes with guns, all aimed at her, right? But the thing is, she did that and like the kick didn't even hit them. Like, it literally didn't even touch them. And somehow they all just like fall to the ground. Like, it just, I can't believe like, it looks so fake, man. It looks so it's like the one thing, the one reference to the games, the one move, and you couldn't even make it look cool. Like, you just made it look the worst in the entire movie. Like, it's, oh my god, dude. Like, I'm actually getting mad just like thinking about everything with this movie. Oh, it's so bad. It's so bad. But yeah, and then at the end, bro, oh my god, I can't believe I'm saying this, but yeah, at the end, bro, Gen is like, I hear this guy Ryu is gonna be there. Like, bro, come on, for real. Like, this guy, like, it's crazy how Gen, the actor for Gen, really tried his hardest to say everything verbatim, pronounce everything correctly. And the one time they make a reference to characters that are in the game, Ryu, he couldn't even say the name Ryu correctly. Like, it's just, bro, like, what? Like, what? And also, the mispronunciation of Shadaloo, like, they couldn't say Shadaloo right either. They kept saying Shadaloo. Like, what? Like, it was just so weird. It wasn't even Shadowlaw, it was Shadaloo. Like, it's just so weird, bro. Like, they couldn't say Shadaloo right? Like, what were they thinking, man? What were the people that made this movie actually thinking, bro? Like, it's just, it makes no sense at all. Also, there's that scene in the club where Chun-Li and then there's this other girl, and like, I guess, are they trying to like flirt with each other by dancing? Like, it just made no sense. Like, they're just literally dancing, and then they start walking around in a circle, and it's like, are you guys dancing or what? Because like, they're literally not even dancing, and it just looks so bizarre and so weird. And then they follow each other to the bathroom, and then the girl locks the door, but it's like, okay, like, are they supposed to be like, is she supposed to be a lesbian? Like, it doesn't make any sense at all. Like, it's just like, what were they thinking? I have no idea. It was so bizarre, so weird, made no sense at all. Because it, like, you guys have to see it, I guess, to know what I'm talking about. But like, literally, they're just walking around, and it's like, they're not dancing at all, but I guess we're supposed to believe that they are dancing, and it's just super weird. Like, you just see them looking at each other, but it's not even like really obvious if it's meant to be a seductive look or like just a look, and it's so, it just makes no sense. Like, I don't understand, like, what were they thinking? Who made this movie? Like, what were they doing? How much cocaine were they snorting, bro? Like, it's just, oh my god. It really does bother me when movies like this get made, because for one, if you guys saw the other reviews that I did for the fighting game live action movies, Dead or Alive and Tekken, from Hollywood, those movies I actually really liked, and I think are actually really slept on. And I think the people that say like, oh, those movies are bad, just like to lump those movies in with movies like this that are very clearly just Hollywood rip-off movies. As in, Hollywood just makes a movie, they call it Street Fighter, and then that's it. But they literally don't pay any attention to the franchise or care to make anything that references the games and show it in a good light at all. So it really pisses me off when people lump movies like Dead or Alive and Tekken with movies like this, because those movies are actually really good and actually do have a lot of things that represent the series and the games really well. But when people lump those movies with these, it just shows you how ignorant they are and how they haven't actually seen those movies. And that's what really bothers me, because like, I think those movies are actually really good, especially seeing movies like this that are very clearly just Hollywood not knowing what the fuck they're doing and making a Street Fighter movie just out of their ass. You see movies like this that are just so bad, so fucking terrible. And it's like, in comparison to this, like, Dead or Alive and Tekken might be the best movies ever fucking made, to be honest. Like, it's no surprise that I said the Tekken movie was godlike in my first fighting game live action video, because with movies like this, Street Fighter Legends of Chun-Li, like with movies like this, bro, they make Tekken look like a goddamn masterpiece, a goddamn Godfather level type film, bro. Like, it's just insane. And that was the reason why I said it was godlike, is because like, people just don't even know. People just say, oh, it's a Tekken Hollywood film, and they think it's gonna be a film like this, and then they just lump it in with this film without having even seen the movie. And that's what really pisses me off, because in comparison to this, like, Tekken and Dead or Alive are actually really great movies. If we're comparing them to just any film, you know, and obviously me being a film graduate and like knowing all this stuff about filmmaking, of course I'm gonna judge it more harshly than the average person would. But I've already made review videos about those movies, so check those out for sure if you're interested. But yeah, like I said, those movies are actually really good, especially in comparison to this movie. And it really goes to show the difference between when Hollywood actually pays a little bit of attention to the series and the franchise and what's going on versus when they don't. And this is a prime example of when they definitely were not doing that. This movie is without a doubt complete garbage, hot garbage ass. Definitely deserves all the hate that it gets, without a doubt, without question. But yeah, and what also really bothers me about films like this is, you know, it would really be interesting and really cool to see fighting game live action movies actually come to life. Movies like Tekken and Dead or Alive were great examples, but imagine if those movies were made nowadays with even more budget and even more advancements in technology. It could be so cool and something that's really awesome. And I feel like fighting games don't get enough love nowadays, so that's what really interested me about a lot of these Hollywood movies that are based on fighting games, is basically just the idea or concept of Hollywood even being interested in making a fighting game live action movie. I find it so fascinating and so interesting that Hollywood was really into this back in the day, and I really wish they were still into it, because yeah, I would really love to see actual good fighting game live action movies made nowadays and stuff. And I just feel like that's so far from ever happening. Like, that's just never gonna happen. But the crazy thing is that it actually did happen with these movies. way back when. So, and I feel like fighting games were even less popular back then. So it's just kind of cool and fascinating and interesting. But of course, movies like these ruin the possibility of fighting games ever getting a good chance of getting a good live action movie for the future. And yeah, they kind of make it hard for Hollywood or for any filmmaker to really even want to explore making a fighting game movie when the track record is just so bad. And not even bad as in like, oh, it's not the fighting game or it's not the anime. It's just like, no, these are actually fucking terrible. These are actually bad movies. But anyways, I guess that is my review of Street Fighter: The Legend of Chun-Li fighting game live action movie from Hollywood. So yeah, if you guys have seen the movie, let me know what you think in the comments below. Leave a like on the video, subscribe if you haven't already. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and yeah, I'll see y'all in the next one.